Alrighty, Rue Cuckoo to you and all my nobodies not watching out there. I thought I was gonna try to I don't know, audio outtakes it because I have a special connection to Friday the 13th, and um, yeah, I'm gonna save real quick just in case I want to go back and do that, but I probably won't. Like, it's just strange. Like I was gonna try to find a cool remix of it or something, and I'm like. I didn't find anything. Like, I'm not saying there wasn't good stuff out there. I just didn't. I didn't. It didn't speak out to me, and I've already made enough fucking audio outtakes on this motherfucker as it is, and I'd like to continue on. I was trying so hard just to get to this point the other night, and I just couldn't get to it. And now I'm like, let's just keep moving on. So yeah, that's that. So yeah, it's weird that it's Friday the 13th. Maybe it's supposed to be a scary like chapter or something. I don't know. Since that sleepover since that sleepover, comma, time seemed to fly by. Before I knew it, it was the end of fall. Okay, so now we have some understanding. It was the end of fall. So I thought we were already entering into winter, but I'm all mixed up, and that's fine. Maybe Ladle does that to you. It is a weird and wonderful place. I felt like it had put a spell on me. Yet, no, maybe it does. I don't know. On all of us. I mean, there I was, thinking about which hot person I wanted to kiss the most. I've already made that decision for you, B. She is not working for it, but, I mean, you really only have 3 people to choose from, and they all have, different personalities, and I feel like it's kind of cool that they sort of make it like a non-gender based thing, but it also sort of leans towards certain aspects of certain things, and regardless, 2 of them are seemingly male and one is seemingly female, and the character you play is female, and that might not matter to people at all, and maybe they prefer that or they don't. I don't know. Maybe that makes them want to go for a male character. That's why you have the 2. Even if the male character, one of them is like a dinosaur. I don't know. I think that the game designer sort of made this where it's like, in their mind, statistically, they expected that day would be the highest probability, and that was just it. I don't know. That would be my guess. I don't know. I don't know about their stuff. That's just it. And this wasn't some fantasy or something. I felt like I had an actual chance with Day. I mean, you guys have held hands. I'm not super happy with a lot of the stuff that she's done, but overall, she's been pretty cool, minus that when she got drunk. Like, again, she's not a tequila person. Cool. Let's just keep that in mind. Um, I could just, write it off like that. Like, you just, no. You and tequila, not the best outcome. But you guys did have a good time. Then you held hands prior to that, and you fell asleep in each other's arms when something more could have happened, but yeah, it makes sense that you would just pass the fuck out. Like, okay, that's all a thing. Yeah, I know it's hard to imagine me having that kind of confidence, especially at that time, but I did. Okay, you got me. I was kind of freaking out. I just didn't want to blow it. I wanted to get my smooch, damn it. That's it. That's the goalpost. The smooch. That's the that's the finishing line, is the smooch. Like, I don't know. IMO. You've already in many ways gone past that, but I understand that the subtlety and subtext and all that sort of stuff of it being like a you're a girl, she's a girl, I'm a dude, he's a dude, she's a dude, we're all dudes, yeah, like that whole thing. Like I get it, but and yeah, it would be a very different thing if, like, say you had fallen asleep next to either of the other two in your pajamas. Maybe it could still be totally platonic, but I'm just saying, like, I get it how that's like more, yeah. And I wanted it soon. Okay. So, you know me. I made another plan. I wanted to figure out my approach. Oh, tell us. Great, stupid main character with very little personality. One. What plan, terrible plan options do I have now? Because I thought being flirty wasn't like, that was one of the better options. You know, when the moment came, I wanted to be prepared to know how I should act. After some thought, I felt like being, let's see how it goes. Survey says being bold, being coy, being genuine. See, again, now they're starting to give me better choices. When it comes to day, I feel like being bold. I think being genuine is the best choice. I think being coy would be better with another one of them. Being bold also makes sense as a possibility, but I think being, although maybe being bold, those are the two, bold or genuine. It seemed like when I went for the thing, she sort of deflected. I'm gonna go with, I really think that being genuine might be the best choice, but I don't think it's the best choice for her. Like, I think you have to be the one that, or don't you? Because she does seem like the one that would do the move, but then she's got the girl, and then you guys were talking about it, and it's like you never got any sort of answer. And maybe just being like, I'm gonna go with bold. Frig it. I felt like being bold was my best strategy for keeping my cool. And with my trusty plan in my back pocket, I was, like I said, confident. Oh yeah, no, you look confident right now. Very confident face. See how Dr. Theodore totally agrees with how confident you look. Okay, fine. I didn't believe that I was the kind of person that good things happen to. I started to worry that something bad would happen. Well, alright, just attack everybody. Me, everyone, just, yeah. That has anxiety. I felt the fear following me around like a deranged stalker. Started wondering if the wonderful magic of Ladle had a flip side effect. That the town held a dark and deadly secret. It very may well. I started to wonder if the legend of the Ladle Ripper was real. That's a weird throwback. Oh, you changed your clothes! You're wearing a sweater and a dress now with cool, like thermal tights that look like or whatever, that look warm. Everybody changed. And Jessica's here. I think she's still wearing the same clothes. Everybody changed? I think everybody changed. Cool. The legend that the Ladle Ripper is definitely real. Yeah, Robert. We totally believe somebody who spends like a summer fucking like what's the word? You want to like when you're making like kombucha or like pickling something, fermenting socks when you're really just trying to like make that. Uh-huh. Really, Robert? Think about it. There's something here in this town that makes it safe for people like us. Bored teens? That's not a useful contribution to the conversation. No, like, you know, what's the word? Cryptids? I mean, it's like, well, if enough of us gather here. But it seems like, how the fuck did all of you know to gather here? Like, is there like some sort of like weird supernatural drawing magnet thing? Right. God damn it. Special creatures that most people don't believe in. Fairies, ghosts, Bigfoots, and dinosaurs. I assume others, if you are literally the only cryptids here, and your families and stuff, I'm gonna be like, man, I really got like sat at the like, you know, exchange student table, which I have actually. I've already mentioned that in other videos, and it was a good experience, and I want to do that, and I support doing that. It was awesome, but it's like there's got to be more cryptids than just you guys. Like, otherwise, it's abnormal how I ended up running with y'all. Like, that just seems weird, right? That last one doesn't really fit. People believe in dinosaurs. I mean, yeah, that's true. That is true. People do believe that dinosaurs, like, I mean, some people don't. They're still like, those are demon bones or some stuff like that or whatever. And those are the bones of dragons. And, you know, maybe they are, whatever. I'm not trying to get into that. But, not that dinosaurs still exist in general speaking. Most people, anyway. There's something special about the town. Okay, so he makes a point. He's just very bad at making it. Where else we all end up here? What drew us to this place? Okay, thank you. Yeah, like, what does that? How? Don't you think it's weird? There's 2 humans here and 3 cryptids. We technically, in this one selective instance, outnumber the humans. And are these humans like, oh my god! Click, 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 click. I'm gonna go to TMZ and be famous. I'm gonna call the Onion. I'm gonna call the National Enquirer. I'm gonna call fucking whatever. No. They're just, we know each other. Jessica could be elsewhere, but she's here for a reason. Probably to say some negative comment. Let's see. There's nothing special about this town except for how boring it is. Maybe it's so boring that it like has a boringness aura that allows interesting things like you to exist and be under the radar. It's so far from everything that there's like 0 chance of anyone new is going to come in and freak out on us. So what you're saying is that it's like normalized that whoever's here just grows up with at least these 3 types of cryptids and maybe and assumably more, and then that normalizes it. Like, then they don't freak out. But I've been coming here on and off for a while, and I was like cool with Mr. Bigfoot there. So yeah. So what? That's it? We all came here because it's secluded? You know how many better secluded places there are than somewhere in Canada? I doubt that Ladle, Canada is a real place. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. If it is, well, that just shows you how bad I am at geography. But if it is, it might have some sort of reason for the fact that, it's like somebody who worked on this game wanted to like include it and just thought it would be funny. Like they went to school and they thought that there were a lot of weird people there. Not like they were cryptids, but just overactive imaginations. Or alternatively, it's like a lot of other fake places they're like a mixture of places. And it's like that creates the place. Why Ladle? Ladle is such a weird name. You keep saying we came here, but I was born here. Yeah, but were your parents? Were your parents' parents? Were your parents' parents' parents? Etc., etc., etc. I mean, real talk, like, is Canada, it's everything. Is it really, like, the type of place that fairies just propagate, exist, etc.? Bigfoot, 100%. That seems legit. I could probably back that up with scientific evidence that there are many Bigfoot sightings in that part of Canada, and like that's Bigfoot country, okay? I'll take that. The dinosaur doesn't make much sense. But he's been here for generations. So my mom was born here too. Okay, so but what about her? Like again, maybe this is just that's exactly why you guys can go to school. Like your mom had your maybe your grandmother had to come here and then like, immigrants into America kind of earn their place so that your mom could walk so that or crawl so that you could walk. It's not like I'm drawn to Ladle or something. No, but you do admit that it seems weird or maybe impossible to leave. All of us have sort of acknowledged that, so basically it's the opposite. Okay, I don't buy the whole cryptids live in Ladle because it's a bit off the beaten path theory. You know what? I gotta agree with Robert. I just feel like that's a solid fucking point. You just keep trying to minimize his point, and you're not really listening to him. And it's like, I get that you're maybe a skeptic, but I guess as a cryptid that could sort of pass as a human with minimal difficulty, I feel like you're kind of like, you're sort of a little bit biased. Like, it's a little easier for you to think that, like, motherfucker, Robert is not, like, what happens if Robert leaves this town? Like, what happens, like, literally? Like, I want to know. We could have Taylor and he could go to LA and he could be like, I'm just a Chewbacca cosplayer, and he could, like, sell star maps on Hollywood Boulevard or some shit. And, cosplay as Chewbacca, and it like, barely put any effort, and it would be fine. You could just, like, put on a hat and, like, tuck back the wings, and, you're good. There are plenty of towns that are just as hard to get to, but you don't see them with our own swamp monster. We have a swamp monster? Do we have the thing here? Like, what is it? He prefers to be called Gilman. You know what, Jessica? This is the one time your speaking has not been particularly problematic, and I've been like, I appreciate that. I think that Gilman would appreciate you being like, he prefers to. So we know there's at least 4. You got that. You get the thing from the Black Lagoon. Or possibly Loch Ness Monster, but probably not. It sounds more like the thing from the Black Lagoon, or maybe that's really what it seems like. Like that. Right. I'm with Day, though. Really? Yeah, I mean, it's not just that it's isolated. And there's also a domino effect. Like, once a few families of cryptid move here, they tell other cryptid friends about it, and then they tell theirs, and so on. Really? That's your theory? That fairies and dinosaurs, specifically velociraptors, and, you know, Sasquatch, Bigfoots, they all, there's like, they've got like a group chat. There's like a community that existed before the 1977 time. And they all just, they kind of, keep in touch in some positive way. Despite the fact that there is no connection between any of these. Like, the closest connection I could come to is Robert and Taylor should not like each other because potentially Bigfoots are considered a possible offshoot of humanity that just kind of kept, like they didn't, they weren't Homo erectus, they aren't Neanderthal, they just sort of kind of did their own thing, but they were still like that. Like Homo habilis's big brother just kept growing up and eventually evolved into that. The dinosaurs, no idea how those still exist. Maybe they hid underground, whatever, not important. But they wouldn't get along, but that's assuming that somehow they even existed at the same time, which really, that doesn't... Yeah. Nah, too simple. That's exactly what happened with your family, Robert. Not exactly. Oh, come on. You know they moved here so that they could actually go to high school instead of being homeschooled. I mean, the plot thickens, but... What? No, they just had some financial difficulties, so they had to move to their summer home. That just sounds like what they would tell you, bro, but... What? Yeah, they could have moved anywhere, but they chose here. For you. Wait, are you the only cryptid in your friggin' family? Like, are cryptids like a genetic outcome possibility for certain families? Like, are your parents like humans? Like normal humans? And then they're like, whoops. All right, well, we had a velociraptor for a baby. You used to come here for the summers? Where'd you live before? I'm sorry. Where'd you live for before? I don't care about the financial difficulties. Where'd you live for before? We had a big old house somewhere between Barrie and Toronto. It was nice, but so boring. So wait, your parents didn't feel the pull from the ancient magical water of the lake? The water that comes up from the depths beneath the gorge? I have heard that nobody's been able to reach the bottom of the deepest point of the lake. Oh, god damn it. You're telling him this, like, and now he's gonna be like, I'm gonna learn extreme free diving. Some people say it goes 2,000 leagues down. That's... I think I actually looked into that, or I saw a video. That's not how that works. Like... 2,000 leagues beneath the sea. That's not... That book, that title, is not about the distance downwards. It's about being beneath the sea and then traveling 2,000 leagues. Because 2,000 leagues, if you actually did the math, would be like... The sea doesn't go that far down. Like, you run into rock. Earth. The sea is far down, but 2,000 leagues is fucking far. If I recall correctly, you could be like, oh, well, the Mariana Trench, and maybe I'm wrong, but... Is that why your family came here, Taylor? My family? Yeah, your parents. No, I was just joking. Dan and Jessica are right. Cryptids come here because they can. Plain and simple. All of you are boring as fuck. Like... It's like the game deliberately goes out of their way to juggle this boring-ass main character I have to play. To be like, everybody is bad except for this one this time. And honestly, I agree with him, with Robert. And he's the one I like the least. He did earn a lot of points from last round, because, like, took it like a boss. And I'm in the wrong, but whatever. But, like, dude. And, like, as a, Sasquatch, you guys travel all around. It just... I don't know. I just don't have enough info. I'm going to pause this. It's just like, what? I got to think about it. I got to think.